fractional equations. There are 5 steps to solving a fractional equation. So up to this point we've been dealing with expressions. So these are the ones where we can potentially generate some extraneous solutions, so we want to be very careful. There are 5 steps on page 379 that you want to take a look at. Page 379 gives you the 5 steps, which I'll go ahead and repeat those here. So we want to write the domain, very important to write down the domain. Multiply both members of the equation by the smallest expression needed to eliminate all the fractions. That will result in a polynomial equation. You want to discard any extraneous solutions and then write the solution set. So we'll do those 5 steps on a couple of examples here. So let's try this first one. So we'll say x plus x over x minus 2 equals, now it's a equation because we have this equal sign in it, 2 over x minus 2. Okay. So what we want to do is get all the first step was to write down the domain restrictions. So we know that x cannot be equal to 2, because when x is 2, we'll get 2 minus 2, which is 0. We'll divide by 0, which is a no-no. We do not want to do that. So now we want to eliminate all the fractions. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to multiply this by x minus 2 over x minus 2. That's okay because that's multiplying by factor 1. Now we have a common denominator between the two sides. So let me write this down now. We have x times x minus 2 over x minus 2 plus x over x minus 2 equals 2 over x minus 2. And now what we can do now is we can just eliminate the entire denominator of this whole thing. And let me show you the reason why. What we're doing in essence is we're multiplying the right side by x minus 2 and the entire left side by x minus 2. And so what happens is this x minus 2 cancels here and here, okay, and this x minus 2 cancels here, so we're just left with the denominator, and that's going to be x times x is an x squared, x times minus 2 is a minus 2x, and a plus x that we still have there equal to 2. And now we have this polynomial equation, which should be fairly straightforward to solve. We get an x squared minus x minus 2 equals 0. Remember, we want to move all the terms over to one side, set it equal to 0. Use our quadratic formula to solve that. With our calculators would be one way. Another way would be to see, can we factor this? So is x squared minus x minus 2 factorable? We need to use the discriminant test, which is going to be b squared, which is going to be 1 minus 4 times a is 1 times c is a minus 2. And we'll get 8 and 1 is 9, which is a perfect square, so it is factorable. So that's going to give us an x and an x, minus 2 and a plus 1, I believe, gives us the factorization of that. Checking that, x squared, and get a minus 2x, and a plus x, which is going to be a minus x, and this time just gives us a minus 2, so we are correct. The two solutions then, or the two values that solve the quadratic, are going to be x equals 2 or minus 1. But remember, we have to go back and see if these are both solutions. So you plug these back in, you'll find that 2 is up here, if you remember, was excluded from the domain. So we cannot use that. That was an extraneous solution. So our solution set is only the true solutions, minus 1. And I'll leave that up to you to plug back in here and verify in the original black equation up here that minus 1 is the value.